And we're recording. Start whenever. You can start off.
All right, what's up, party people? Welcome to Nerd Culture Crack. I guess that's what we're calling it. And what are we talking about? It's like,
Dude, the fact that you started off with the Flash. Yo, what's up, party people? Fucking.
that's all I could think of. Hmm.
Alright, well, this is a podcast where we talk about everything from Marvel to DC Comics to the drama going on with Donald Trump. Fuck it. That's just. We do everything.
A little bit of everything,
But we'll focus
drama,
on.
but mainly nerd crap. We're
Yeah.
not getting political
No.
unless Marvel does.
Marvel's technically already political with Disney, but we'll leave that aside for now.
That's not something we need to be talking about right now.
You're right. You're right. The first episode should be nice and calm, flow through.
Yeah, just like talk about some crap for an hour. It's already what 7:38.
Well, yeah, for you, dude. Fucking 11:30 for me.
Yeah, it's probably I don't know. There's like fucking 4 a.m. in some other universe
What do
or
you
another
mean?
time zone.
Okay, are you calling Great Britain another universe now? Because we're gonna have a problem if you are.
I mean, we have that's part of one of the talking points we have to talk about, but we'll work our way towards that.
Yeah. So this is more of an introduction to the
Yeah,
podcast.
ain't much to say, just trying some things out.
Yeah. Um, my friend here lives in the United States, and I live in Great Britain, so the time scale and time zones of everything is a little tricky. But we
Plus,
can,
he gets Marvel movies ahead of time from me, so I mean,
yeah, like 2 days ahead,
yeah.
which is annoying because I'll watch it, I'll come back, I'm like, dude, I want to talk to you about it, but I can't until you fucking watched it.
I haven't watched it. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I think what the worst thing about Marvel now is that it's so popular that every time you go on YouTube or anywhere like TikTok, you get spoiled by something because you haven't seen it within the hour it got released.
Oh, you mean like us last night when they were talking about Daredevil Born Again?
Yeah, and we got spoiled the fuck out of it. We won't mention what we got spoiled on because
Mm-mm.
we don't want to spoil it for people. But
Totally not.
yeah, it's a big fucking spoiler that pissed us off when we saw it because we're trying to rewatch Daredevil and then go into Daredevil Born Again. But
And it's so annoying just getting spoiled on everything.
yeah,
Don't even get me started on how long it took for another Star Wars movie to come out, and then I got spoiled on what happens to a favorite character of mine in the movie. Mm.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean that was what years ago now, but still.
Yeah, but when that first happened, I was very legitimately upset.
Yeah. Um, is it the death of
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You told me about that a while back, and it's
yeah. I'm still not over it.
it. Honestly, I wouldn't be. Did you We can talk about this because it is an introduction because we're talking about Marvel and DC. The only movie that I heard that someone got prosecuted over for leaking it was Wolverine X Men Origins.
That makes no sense. I mean,
Yeah, so a week before X Men Origins was supposed to be released, someone leaked the entire movie online.
bro,
So
I never
about
knew that.
I want to say like a couple million people saw it before its initial release date. Um, but yeah, X Men Wolverine. I think they went and took the person who did it to court, and I think he got jailed for quite a while.
Mm.
for the stuff because he uploaded the entire movie a week before, and it was one of the most biggest blusters in Hollywood at the time, I think. Excellent Wolverine on the Gems. Leaked. So,
But you know, most of the time is going to be just us chopping the shit and just talking about stuff. You know.
okay, so according to Sanchez, he bought an unlicensed DVD copy from a Korean man. Sanchez was sentenced to 1 year in federal prison. And this was because he leaked a preview copy prepared. So he leaked a copy of the movie that was prepared to watch before final editing stance took place.
What? That's insane.
Yeah, so they edited it. It was a movie, but they didn't do the final sequence, which is like adding shaders where it needed to go. It was like just like a texture overhaul that wasn't on the movie just yet. But everything else, the story, everything got leaked.
Oh my god.
Was completely wild. Oh, I'm going into criticisms now, and it says X-Men Origins Wolverine received a significant criticism for several reasons, and one of the main reasons was plot and pacing issues.
I can agree with that, but the biggest criticism that I personally have is what they did with Wade Wilson. But I don't know if we need to rediscuss that, or maybe we do. Maybe we do.
I mean, we might have to, but then again, it is popular. Everyone know how they fucked up. But I'm not gonna lie, one of my little pet peeves from that movie is the fact that the timeline of everything. What is it? Patrick himself, Charles Xavier, was standing up and bald at the fucking helicopter,
Yeah, that made no sense.
picking up the kids at the end of that movie. Yeah, that annoyed me because then when I see him in a wheelchair with a full head of hair,
They really messed up those X-Men movies, didn't they?
yeah, because one. So what? X-Men First Class was technically supposed to be the first one, but it was a prequel. Um, and then it went on to X-Men Apocalypse, I think. Was it?
Was it Apocalypse?
First Class established the X-Men. Then it was Apocalypse. No. Yeah, it was Apocalypse and it was Days from Future Past, wasn't it?
I think Days of Future Past came before Apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm thinking in the timeline of it, not the release time.
I mean, hell, we already got a confusing timeline talking about the MCU, which is coming up later. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, we think we've cracked Phase 6 already.
hence the name. You know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was a week ago, and we were smoking a little bit of something. Well, my friend was.
No, a dash. A little bit. We don't need to know that.
Yeah, we had some inspiration from a certain substance we will not name or discuss.
That was inspired. It was like the most random thought because we had just watched. Was it Brave New World we just finished?
Yeah, we finished watching Brave New World.
And then I just was like, huh, wonder because we started talking about Thunderbolt and then like how the
Fantastic
big
Four.
bad is supposed to be one of the strongest ones of the MCU.
Yeah, and we came to a conclusion, and we'll definitely go deeper into it.
Like next time, unless there's a demand for it, then I got some ideas.
Yeah, I want to. I think we cracked the entire Phase 6 and where it goes.
At least, at the very least, we figured out how it might start,
Oh
thanks
yeah,
to some subtle hints. Maybe a shout out to Comics Explained, who I watch a lot personally. But
Yeah, Comics Explained is what I've been watching him for a couple of years now.
ooh, it's been a while for me. As soon as he started his channel, I was kind of on it.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot of topics that we can talk about through Marvel and DC. That's
What's a minor point we can keep people interested in right now?
a minor point.
Like a
Superman.
minor, like a minor. What about Superman? Because I could go on for a little bit about Superman. Like,
The fact that James Gunn is now directing the new Superman, and I'm praying to high hell that he carries it on into a franchise.
I believe with as many characters he's supposedly introducing in that movie alone, he's trying to spin it out into a franchise. It's just like Warner Brothers is stopping him because the dude who the the grandson of the dude who created Superman is suing Warner Brothers to try to keep the movie from airing in certain countries. So if Warner Brothers doesn't win the lawsuit, Superman won't be seen in certain countries. I don't know which countries. I just happened to read that.
Well, the UK and the United States fall under the same category in countries because we have the same laws about movies. But places
Hmm.
like China, um, uh, India, stuff like that, those kind of countries have restrictions on movies. I mean, they banned SpongeBob in what, North Korea, and I think I want to
And
say
made a
bits in
ripoff of it.
China.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
But
mean, they didn't show something in China because it had homosexuality in it and it was a kid show.
oh, don't tell me that's what I'm thinking of. What, Peppa Pig?
Yeah, exactly. It was banned in China because of it.
Oh my god! I'm mad that I guessed right too.
I mean, it is mental, but nah, I think they're releasing new Peppa Pig as well. Now that we think about it.
Yep. Hmm. See. This is probably what the podcast is just gonna be talking about. This, at
Random
least not
stuff.
at least, well, at least when we start diving into it heavily, we'll pick a topic and just deliberate on it. But
Oh yeah, we'll deliberate on separate topics. Right now, we're trying. I know for a fact we're trying our best not to stick to topic because this is an introduction to the podcast. And if
real
we,
talk, and it's just it's so freaking difficult not to just be like, oh my god, because I have been waiting ever since they talked about starting this and just going into it. Man, bro, I have been so excited about this for so long, and oh, you won't believe I have been a comic fan or a Star Wars fan, a Dragon Ball fan for so long. Not to mention Sonic. We're gonna bring Sonic into that
oh yeah,
too. It's just it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard with the Sonic department. Let's just say that with a lot of the stuff that's going on in the franchise.
yeah. Or is it mostly in a TV show? That's
I was thinking more of the comic world.
I haven't kept up with Sonic comics, so yeah.
Oh, dude, you're missing out, but also it's probably a good thing that you're not paying that much attention to it.
I'll take your word for it.
Like
Oh,
Loki is kind of bad.
yeah, we're gonna try to cover everything. Stuff from what? We'll go from even SpongeBob comics if there is any. There'll be
I
some or
really don't
something.
want to talk about SpongeBob comics.
We're
I
definitely
haven't
going
even
into Ben
heard
10
of
now.
them. Ben 10 for sure. I have gripes
Yeah.
about some Ben 10, especially that reboot. Like,
Not gonna lie, the reboot threw me off, but later down the line, it kind of picked up my attention after I give it a chance. But
yeah, I
the
gave it a chance for a while.
Omniverse was kind of goated for when, but the animation threw me off when it updated its animation to that. But I kind of
That was
got
just,
behind it, Omniverse.
hmm yeah,
But Ben
very
10,
weird
Alien
show.
Force, and Ultimate Alien, goated.
Goated. Don't care. Goated. Like, Well, let's see.
Nah, was it Ultimate Alien when Ben went to the celestial place in space and his younger self came out and you saw them fight next to each other?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I think it
lie.
was Ultimate Alien.
I don't know how much of a nerd boner I grew at that moment in time when I saw that.
like, like teaming up with your past self. I mean, hell, kind of wish they did that in the Flash.
They did, didn't they? They did in season 3. Yeah, season 3.
I mean, that was almost like a time limit kind of thing.
No,
But
he
like,
went in the future to try and get
oh no, you're right.
information
You are right. You
and
are right.
for
I remember
Mirror
that now.
Master and Top.
Oh, don't remember. Don't remind me. I forgot. I need to get back into watching the Flash. I fell off. I admit. I admit the Flash is my favorite DC superhero, but CW show kind of drags sometimes, especially in the later seasons. My God, like
Yeah, the Flash CW peaks at season 5 and then drops.
yeah. Don't even
Yeah.
get me started on Arrow.
Arrow, I'm not gonna lie, Arrow kept a good consistency from what I've watched. I've watched all of it. And it kept a really good consistency. It changes much. It changed with the superheroes and the technology from where it started. It started off as he was this grimy, hey, I can kill you with a bow and arrow kind of guy.
Gritty and I'm like I'm Batman but cooler because I shoot arrows at you.
Yeah, and then
You know,
season 6, he has a compact bow that can fit in the palm of his hands. Like
like yeah. It's
it
really
had
cool.
to adjust, but they did it in a weird, but it kept a good consistency, especially with storyline. But I liked Arrow. Arrow was a good show. So was DC Legends of Tomorrow. That show was so fucking
I
wild.
tried. I tried with that. I tried with DC's Legends Tomorrow. I even tried Black Lightning when I saw it on Netflix. No, don't do it. But like,
Yeah, Black Lightning was good the first season, but then it was so all over the place with storyline, the battles, everything. Nothing really made sense. And then when the crisis on Infinite Earths happened and it affected him, and Black Lightning just ended. Like, it threw me the fuck off. But
mm,
the intro to Black Lightning's better. I love that intro. That got me pumped for something that wasn't that good.
I mean, hell, I guess we're gonna start reacting to stuff too. I mean, we could like, I don't know, we could do. I mean, Ace Vane does parodies of Super Friends, but we could watch those or
I mean, we could watch Daredevil Born Again as our first reaction.
that's fair. It's just we're gonna have to avoid spoilers for however long we like take to watch it.
So, because once we've watched it, we can keep up with it. So, we need to finish Daredevil. We've got about, what, 8 episodes left?
Yeah, because dude, I don't even know where we left off, man. I just remember blacking out and so went straight to sleep. Like
Yeah.
it was early in the morning, granted, because Daredevil is not a bad show, not by any means. It's not a bad show. Like
No, you stayed up until about 6 a.m., so
yeah,
it's fair.
hell, even on this podcast, while we're at it, I never throw the idea out there to my co-host here, but like I would go a little nuts over some Shakespeare if I need to.
Well, funny you mentioned it.
I mean, I have a bucket list to cross off. I've seen almost all his plays. His plays. He's got like what 33 plays, not including lost ones. So I think I've seen the majority. I'd have
Yeah,
to pull up a list to see all the ones I've
he has a
seen.
couple symphonies as well. I want to say like 1 or 2 symphonies that he did with other people, but yeah, we could do Shakespeare. But I'm gonna point this out. I really want to do Doctor Who with you because I feel like you would like
I
that
knew it.
show.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for you to suggest that, dude. Like I've never seen it. The only thing I recognize from Doctor Who is the whole sonic screwdriver thing and like what's it called? What's the phone booth thing called? The TARDIS?
Yeah, stands for time and relative dimensions in space.
That, God, you're British.
But honestly, considering that you've never seen it, it would make a good reaction.
I mean, hell, if we're going that far, why not watch Sherlock too?
I see. You might not like me for this, but I have not seen Sherlock.
No, I've only seen the one episode from Sherlock, and main reason was because of a class.
Are we talking about the BBC episode, the show?
Yeah, like the show. Yeah.
Because there's two shows. There's Sherlock Holmes, and then there's Elementary, which is technically supposed to be Sherlock as well. But then
Nah,
I haven't
just
seen the Robert Downey Jr. movies of Sherlock.
I saw the first one. It was okay.
Well, fucking
Speaking of Robert Downey Jr., don't even get me started on that man. I
yeah.
share a birthday with him. Like,
Okay, Robert Downey Jr. Right, he had if he passed, overcame it, became Iron Man. We won't talk about Tropic Thunder. Then did Sherlock, and then went off, and now he's doing Doom, like Doctor Doom. Like, is this man ever gonna stop?
I mean, according to Comics Explained, which I saw like a couple, what was it, like a month ago now? There was a what if story where Tony Stark and Doctor Doom switched brains, and they lived like that.
Is it in What If? Because I haven't seen it.
No, it's like a comics. It's a comic what if,
Oh,
but
okay.
it never happened in the show. But yeah, according to Comics Explained, like the what if was like I think Doctor Doom, like the same experiment that he did with Reed Richards, like just take out Reed, put in Tony, and swap their brains. That's essentially what happened.
Was that
Instead of
similar to
Doom
the
giving just
comic issue with Doc Ock switching brains with Peter Parker?
yeah, but it was more like
Because I know it was a Reed Richards machine that did that.
yeah, like it I think Doom stayed Doom though. He didn't try to be like the I guess in a sense he did try to be like the dude Tony Stark, but at the same time it's more like he took over his brain, took over his life, and started trying to run New York like a dictatorship, essentially.
So Batman.
Whereas I was thinking more like Loki.
Yeah, I'd go Thomas Wayne.
Well, like, and then like more like what, and then on the other hand, while Stark in Doom's body, he kind of like made this like he did something. He made like kind of like a, me- a metropolis to try to help people in that area instead of like ruling over it with an iron fist. He worked to like heal and help people.
Yeah.
But they even switched the colors on like their respective armors. You had like a Doctor Doom colored Iron Man armor, and then like a Iron Man colored Doom armor. It was thick. Like
See, this is when we need to just like watch comics.
yeah, I just don't want us to come off as like stealing other people's content. That's why I'm over here referencing people. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Comics Explained. He's covered quite a lot of the Marvel
like
and
it's really
DC
hard not to
universe.
like infringe on his like territory and stuff. But I mean, like, I watch that guy daily. Like
Yeah,
he's not uploading as much, but like I still go back and watch his other stuff. Like there's one story he covered that I really want to talk about. It's where freaking Thor had to fight his own hammer.
yeah. And
I
it's hard.
really want to talk about that one.
It's because we're talking about the same content he grabs. Like it's comics. We're talking about comics, and that's what he talks about. So it's gonna be a lot of crossover. Well, shit. Here we
Well,
go.
at least we're not like stealing from him because we'll reference him and be like, yeah, well,
Oh
he did
yeah,
this, and this is our shit, like our opinion on it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean
So I
that's
don't think it'll be
perfectly fine.
too bad.
I mean the one. I think it was a what if storyline in comics is where Thor um, loses. He becomes. It doesn't. What is it? He don't become worthy of his hammer anymore, but his hammer follows him around, and he travels the world, ends up at Kunlun, and trains to be the Iron Fist,
Hmm.
and then
I think I remember that.
he
Yeah,
punches his
like the
hammer
God of
so hard
Fists.
it
Yeah,
scares the
Y-
hammer away.
yeah, like the God of Fists. Yeah, he goes to the
Yeah.
God of Thunder, the God of Fists. Yeah, I remember that. Like, we, I remember. I don't even remember if Comics Explained covered that, but I remember seeing somebody on YouTube cover that, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's sick!" Like,
Yeah, because his hammer was there to torment him, and then he scares his hammer away by hitting it. Like, okay.
Mm. Well, you know what? Here's a small little thing we could talk about for a bit. Like, how do you? Okay, Comics Explained brought this up, and I don't know how Thor fans are going to feel about it, but so there's a debate in the Thor fan base on who Thor's true mother is, and they kind of confirmed it recently that it was Gaia, like the goddess of Earth. But for a time, people thought it was the Phoenix Force.
Okay, are we talking about Marvel or are we talking about lore?
Like this isn't mythology. This is like literally in Marvel Comics.
Yeah, I know it's based off the mythology, but it's changed a bit because.
Like yeah, no, this wasn't like in like the mythology. Like no, like in Marvel Comics, like the people who are fans of Thor go back and forth on who his mother is. But it's been confirmed that it's like officially Gaia, and I want to know how you feel about it.
I'm complicated about it because
More or less, which one do you think is cooler? That's mine. Because to me, low key, Thor with Phoenix Force powers seems already way too broken.
yeah,
It's already one thing that he could control, like weather and other things, like on this planet. You throw the Phoenix Force on top of that, he'd be damn near unstoppable, invulnerable.
yeah, and then
Like,
Gaia
yeah,
would
he
be
was
cool.
born from the hypothetically he was born from it, but no, it's confirmed that Gaia was his mom. But like
I thought because
my
the MCU put Freya, is it right? Freya.
Freya is his adopted mom.
I haven't watched. I haven't seen much of Thor comics, so it's. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah,
Because
thanks to Comics Explained. It took me a while to process that because I was like, "What? So, you're telling me Odin's boning the cosmic entity that's on a multiversal level?
nah,
that makes less sense than him fucking the goddess of the earth. That makes less sense. Like,
it's when because the mythology of Loki, he's supposed to turn into horses, snakes, and different creatures just to reproduce.
I don't.
That's in the mythology, not in the MCU rollout.
Mythological Loki is way weirder than like MCU Loki.
Yeah,
Like MCU Loki just wants to stir trouble and just give Thor and other people a hard time. But like Myth Loki is like, that horse is kind of hot, nut screw. I mean, he had a reason. Yes, he literally had a reason to do it. But that wasn't just the whole gist of it. But like, he
yeah.
did it to like reach an end goal. But still,
Speaking of that, we had definitely got to talk about God of War.
oh god, I have to finish playing God of War, the
'Cause-
first one.
Yeah, we've got
Okay, the PS4 one.
the PS4. Yeah, because we're gonna have to talk about Greek mythology, a little bit of the Egyptians, because that's I think because so from what I understand, Greek mythology, he killed nearly everything in the Greek mythology, then left it, traveled through. I want to say it was the Egyptians, traveled through a little bit, but that was behind the scenes, and then ended up in Norse mythology. And
Yeah.
then it ends up with God of War on the PS4, and then God of War Ragnarok. I want to explore that more because they say his storyline is practically done now.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something in the works about another God of War game. Like,
There's talks about it, but they said he's done. But they said that last time when he completely just finished Greek mythology, and then they brought him back nearly 10 years later in Norse mythology. So I have a feeling they might just bring him back to put him in Egyptians, or what else is the other one? It's another one I can't remember. I doubt they'll put him in a Christianity game.
no, No. And if they do that, oh my God, there will be riots in the streets. But like maybe what about Slavic mythology?
Yeah, I might like Buddhism or
Buddhism,
what's
maybe I don't know. Getting into the like the religion aspect, like I only know the historical thing, not really like the
yeah.
stories, but like
I mean, stuff like Norse mythology and Greek mythology, they have popped in like pop culture, as in, because you've got MCU Thor, which is Norse, and then you've got Percy Jackson, which is Greek mythology. And it's like,
which we have to talk about because
yeah,
I'm a huge fan of that fucking book series. And the
and
author's coming out with like new books, and like at least I think there's like a trilogy, but still, I only have the one, and I want to get them all. So like,
yeah,
hell, I still have the audiobooks on my phone. Like, look,
yeah, saying that and Egyptians, that is run by like Moon Knight is based off from Egyptians, and it's like, okay, cool. What else can you do? Because they have multiple, and it's not gods. It is gods and demigods, but it's more because the actual law about is based off. I see. I want to say real life stories. Like, I'm not a religious person. I don't really want to get into religion. But for me, I think religion is more true stories that have changed over time and become beliefs, in my opinion.
that's how a lot of belief systems work.
Yeah, and not to go deep, I'll just skim through this because I don't want to piss anyone off. God, Jesus. I believe Jesus was a real person and he could have healed people and he could have done some stuff, but that story would have changed over time from different ways and stuff like that because it was 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And I tell you now, in 2,000 years, if anyone talks about Donald Trump, they might think he's an alien. So, even though that might be true, stories can change. Chinese whispers
That's
can.
totally not true. That is fake news. You have no proof about any of that. The media is built to lie to you.
Also, did you hear what was it? Because the fact that we NCC, which is nerd culture crack,
You gonna
and
mess
then,
up our own name, dude.
but the CNN, they criticized Trump for making it more efficient to clear up the LA wildfires, the wildfires, which I
What?
find baffling.
Why?
They criticized him because they don't like him. That's why because they said it would take about 2-3 months to clear it up. Donald Trump stepped in, put in more services, and got it done within 28 days. That would have took 3 months, and they criticized him for getting involved.
That is insane, man.
Yeah, people are just hating to hate now. Granted, Donald Trump, in my opinion, he's not a good person, but I want to say he's a good president. He gets the country running. He did it in the past. Just people don't like how he does it, but he gets it done. But then that's going into woke, and I don't want to be cancelled on our first podcast.
Seriously, dude, you will be the reason. If my Donald Trump impersonation doesn't get us canceled, you might like.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues politically. I keep a track of that. But
So let's just keep going with the whole comic world. Let's stick with that.
yeah, it's for now. Yeah. Want to point out we're 30 minutes in, or 33 minutes in.
Yeah, we got like what another 30 here.
Yeah, dude, this
Yeah,
is.
so we,
I'm enjoying
this
this.
is this. I'm enjoying this too. You know, like it's chilling. I mean, we could even delve into the background of some Marvel games, like the oh my god, I actually need to get this out because nobody else in our friend group really talks about this, but the lore behind Marvel Rivals is so interesting. Just the idea of two
Yes.
Doctor Dooms fighting each other in one different timeline is so cool to me. I don't care. Like that is so fanatically interesting to me. If you guys play Marvel Rivals, you need to read the lore. Prime
It is interesting.
example, I did not know that we had a different Iron Fist from Danny Rand. Come to find out, they killed Danny. Like,
Yeah, that's why he's Chinese.
like legitimately Chinese, because one of our friends is like, oh, like he's a freaking Chinese guy, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's supposed to be a white guy. He's Danny Rand, like
Yeah, and
from
then we
Rand
heard "Show one
Industries.
hole," just
And, like you know, Tone Fault, like you know, like that's like every rivals player's worst nightmare. That or freaking a Jeff Growl.
speaking of an Iron Man main, I hate that guy.
Oh, who's the bane of my existence right now when it comes to Marvel Rivals?
Scroll go.
Let's think here. No, I think I only said that because I know how Squirrel Girl plays, and her like exploding little acorns are really evil. But I don't think she's the bane. If you can find a way to avoid her on a corner, you can kill her.
Yeah.
Let's see.
For me, it's anyone who can
Currently,
pick you. But,
I'm trying to think here.
so, because I got like, um,
I will say I am about sick and tired of seeing Spider-Man mains. Like Lord Spider-Man.
yeah.
I'm about sick and tired of seeing that.
I think
But
TikTok got rid of that real quick for the simple fact of people can see, oh, Spider-Man can just sling you off the map because he can. Just
that actually almost happened to me. Like when I was playing Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man kept trying to yank me off the map, and like I would just face through his web, and he would kill himself. Like it was great. It was great.
say because I play Iron Man, so when I see a Spider-Man try to do that to me, I just turn around and kill him. I have got so used to killing Spider-Man that I can't kill anything else except Spider-Man now.
It's just like, oh my god! Don't get me. I think you know what? I think we can collectively agree that like flying characters, just in general, like specifically Storm. It's not even an Iron Man anymore. It's Storm. Like after they
Yeah,
buffed her, she's just gotten so annoying to fight against and kill. Like it's so incredibly frustrating to feel the wrath of the goddess from your back flank, and then you just get destroyed because she was only targeting you. It's just,
yeah, and especially with team up with Johnny Storm, and you see him, and that
like bro.
extends her ult. I want to say 5 seconds.
And it turns everything. It gives you burning damage too. Like
Yeah,
if there's like one of those like little flame field things that Human Torch drops, like it'll explode if Storm hits it with her ult. Like
yeah,
it's disgusting.
and plus
It's a
because
literal
he
disgusting
drops his
combo.
ult in the path of where Storm would go, so it just does extra. It's like it's a team wipe no matter what they do. So,
Mm,
unless you're
mm, mm.
split, which you're not supposed to be in a team because you need to be close to your healers and your tanks to support each other. But if you're not
Because
doing that,
let's be real. All those memes are right. If you are a Vanguard player and you think you carry the team, no, your healers carry you. They carry the team. I don't care.
yeah,
All you do is mainly tank damage and try to get hits in where you can. Vanguards do not carry teams unless you are a pro player and you got platinum or celestial or grandmaster, whatever the hell their ranking system is. You because I, for one, am a Hulk main. I
yeah,
cannot tell you how frustrating it is to try to get big numbers as Hulk if you're dying. Like
yeah. Your healers support your vanguards, and your DPS support your healers. But your healers also support your DPS. Healers support everyone because they're supports.
mm, 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 mm.
DPS protects the healers. The vanguard pushes forward and holds a point, and you hold that group. That is the best way to do it. You have like one DPS and one tank ahead, healers healing them, and then DPS behind protecting your healers just in case, and you're sorted. You can win nearly
It's
every
the,
game doing that.
as long as your players are good.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that because I have seen, and I hate this, Black Panther just go behind the lines, get killed, and complain, so no heals. Like,
Like, that is so irritating to me, especially if you get a good Black Panther, which is rare. Run,
yeah,
just run from him. Like, because I've watched a Black Panther dash through two members of my team, hit me with a spear, and then ult me and then kill me. That was four of us in one go.
yeah.
Like
Black Panther is a menace because he can just dash left and right, go through you, and you can't aim to hit him that quick because you're like snapping and it's hard to do.
it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Especially when you're on controller playing that, I really couldn't. on keyboard and mouse, it's difficult as it is. When you play quick match, though, you can play with people on controllers, which make it so easy to kill them. But
Which is why how many people play with me because I'm a PS5 player, and it's
yeah,
just like
man, I love Marvel Rivals, but it stresses me the hell out half the time.
man. Don't tell that to an Overwatch player. Talk about some. It's just Overwatch, but Marvel. I mean, like, so like,
Might be controversial. I think Marvel did it better.
no, it's literally proven that they did it better. Like Overwatch literally had to fix their gameplay just to make like compete with Marvel Rivals because
Yeah,
Marvel was stealing their fan base. Like
because Marvel Rivals came out, and then Overwatch about 2 weeks later did a full tweak overhaul and literally copied Marvel Rivals after that.
like what? You mad, bro? You freaking you losing your competition? Like
And then they put in a mode so you don't so there's no role picking, because in Overwatch you have to pick either Vanguard or tank, DPS or support. In Marvel Rivals you could be anything. You could go into a match, you see like two healers, like fuck it. Logically I don't need to be a healer, so I could just pick who the fuck I want. You know, you don't have
like
to.
literally the only problems right now I can see with Marvel Rivals is if somebody picks your character you want to play before you. That's about it.
Yeah, and honestly, that ain't that bad
Not a bad downside.
because there's over
If y'all
30
haven't
goddamn characters to pick from.
if y'all haven't played Marvel Rivals, y'all need to get up on that because oh, it's fun.
Oh, 86 is
It's
brutal.
stressful. Don't get me wrong, but it's fun.
Oh yeah. God damn it, man. I need the
I
toilet.
feel like after this, people are gonna want to know who we are.
We are some lonely people that are very
Lonely, I have friends. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what
They're just two very, uh, let's say, enthusiastically nerdy and autistic people. Let's say that.
that is so true. That should just be our bio right there. That explains everything.
I mean, doesn't it make the most sense? Like,
It's one of those. What? Let's say we've known each other for what now? A good 3 years on and off.
essentially, yeah.
And we just ended up talking one night. It's one of those things. We talked and said, fuck it, you want to do a podcast?
Yeah,
And
don't
now
get
we're
me
doing a
wrong, it's one of the
podcast.
most fun.
Yes.
It's like one of the most fun ideas I've had in a long, long time.
And I'm thoroughly enjoying myself as it is now because it's nice to talk in a podcast, especially with someone else who is more enthusiastic than you can be, and it's like,
Real talk, really talk, real like. Oh, it's just unfortunately now we have to. You can blame the internet for this, but now we have to throw Invincible on that list of topics.
yeah. I heard as well for Invincible, a little quick notice that Invincible, the first season, the animation was really good. It was really good because they put a lot of money into it, and the budget went down each season, and it was I want to say 2.75 million per episode, but that pays voice actors, teams, editors, writers, everything, animations, everything, and they had about 4 people on the animator side, and then they had the editor for it, I think, or the director for the animation team. For the next season, they have upped the budget to around 5 million per episode and added more people for animation. So the animation should be getting better now because the show is so popular and people complaining about it.
I mean, hopefully, I mean they got so much like content to cover. I mean, I think we're just coming up either coming up on or past the what is it, the Viltrumite War?
Yeah, we're coming up to it now. So where it's left off, I keep saying I've read the comics on Invincible. I'm
Yeah,
excited for
keep
what they do because there's a lot of
Yeah, I want to
stories.
read it. I want to read it because like most of my knowledge on Invincible comes from watching the show itself and Comics Explained. So like, don't get me wrong, Comics Explained, I love that guy. Like
Yeah.
like it's just like I just want to like have my own takes on it. I don't want to keep jumping off of other people's opinions. And like, don't get me wrong, from what I've watched in Invincible, my God, I was watching it with one of my homies, and like we saw that train scene with Omni
Oh,
Man. My God, like
look what you made me do! Just
just like oh my goodness.
when I first saw that, my jaw dropped until the episode ended.
I think I looked at my homie like when he landed with Mark like holding him there. I was like, he's not gonna do this, is he? Like he's not gonna do this.
No, and having J.K. Simmons voice acting was the best choice anyone could have ever made. Like it was.
I'm just waiting for him to hit Mark with like you're a menace, you know, like because like if you didn't know, J. Jonah Jameson played Spider Man. Like
J.K.
oh
Simmons
my
played
God,
J.
I'm
Jonah Jameson. Yes.
J.K. Yeah, wow, I'm too excited. Like messed that all the
Yeah.
way up.
Which is amazing because J. Jonah Jameson is based off of Stan Lee, like his looks,
He
his
is.
character.
He is.
And so when I see J. Jonah Jameson, I just get happy. Even though he could be a dick to Spider-Man, but in Tobey Maguire universe, when Green Goblin got him, like, where's Peter Parker? And he's like, I don't know, he sends his stuff in the mail. He showed bollocks and showed compassion, which he does in the comics every now and then. But that was my first initial my first reaction to J. Jonah Jameson was that kind of scene, because I saw him. It was kind of a dick, like fuck it, Spider-Man, Doc Ock, and then stole the idea. I thought, hey, he's a bit of a dick, isn't he? No, and then he showed balls and protected Peter Parker, which for me showed that J. Jonah Jameson's much more than just a what director
Like a
in the
like your typical hating critic, like Simon Cowell from American Idol,
yeah
like that, like he's just that. Like that's what I always thought about Jameson. Like I
yeah.
still don't get me wrong, I still don't like him, and every time he pops up in Spider-Man 2 while I'm web swinging, I freaking want to shave his head. But like,
It's because in the comics, he is a dick to Spider-Man in nearly every comic. And there's certain comics that Spider-Man will just sit down with him and talk to him, and he would actually listen and understand his point of view. And it changes his perspective for like a week, and then he goes back into menace. And it's just... He has his good sides, and I respect that, because he is a decent guy, but then again, he has to make money off of paper, so you just kind of find the balance with him. But
mm-hmm.
I do enjoy J. Jonah Jameson. Granted, J.K. Simmons made me enjoy him, so...
Yeah, and you can't really hear like Spider-Man is a menace without thinking J.K. Simmons. Like,
Have you seen Whiplash?
what do you mean Whiplash?
It's a movie. It's called Whiplash. It had J.K. Simmons in it and that guy off Top Gun Maverick. It's a
Because
drummer
you say
thing.
Whiplash, you say Whiplash, and I immediately think Iron Man.
No, it's a movie about a guy who likes drumming and goes into this kind of not orchestra, more of a band playing like jazz music and stuff. And J.K. Simmons is very strict with him. And his acting, because I think it was like a fan film or something, like a college film, but it won some awards. It was an amazing film, and I watch it with you because it's like a psychological, well, fuck you kind of film. It's amazing to watch. But J.K. Simmons in that was amazing. His outreach in his anger and his aggression through his voice and how he just looks in it is beautiful. I love that actor to pieces, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he's great.
popping off. I've seen him in Red One, which is like the Christmas movie. He was in another movie with Mark Wahlberg recently about some CIA stuff. He's in, what is he now? Is it Accountant 2? Did we see him in or something like that?
I think so. I don't remember.
I have seen this guy now in like 7 movies in the past 3 months in trailers, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, he's just
Maybe,
out there.
maybe Stan Lee was right in picking him because now he's just gonna start showing up in movies that you don't expect him in.
Yeah.
Because Stan Lee was in every Marvel movie until he died. Like the dude,
Yeah, and the one thing that
the
warms
dude
my
was
heart,
truly a legend.
he knew about Spider-Man Far From Home before he passed. He knew that storyline, and I think he saw a bit of the movie before he passed. Like, they confirmed it, and that warms my heart. His favorite character, the one he created, and he saw one of the best movies about him. Like,
Mm. You mean No Way Home? Not Far From Home?
yeah, No Way Home, not far, yeah, no, Far From Home is the way he goes to like
The second
Italy
one.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, No Way Home. He knew
Which I
that
still
song.
need to watch, by the way. I need to still watch those other two.
But
For the one guy that I always watch movies with to just say, all right, we're doing it.
but I don't know. Stan Lee has always been a hero of mine, and dude, I cried when he passed. Like,
Man, I lost my mind. I think the only other time I like freaking sobbed that hard was when Matt Pat retired. He's not dead. Yeah, he's not dead, but I was like,
but then again,
damn.
is he really retired? He's still uploading, dude. I'm just.
I mean, like, yeah, he's really like officially retired. Like, he's just like, I'd say he's like the CEO of game theory now.
Yeah, he's just running it in the background, taking his own
Like,
time.
yeah, like he's just chilling with his family, sitting on his paychecks, and like.
Can't blame him though. He's done
But I
years
mean,
of
like
just.
for real, like when Matt Pat talked about a game enthusiastically, you were like, "Bro, that's interesting. Tell us more." Like,
Dude,
like
he has about what 15 hours talking about Five Nights at Freddy's alone on his channel. Just
which is another topic we're going to talk about
God
sooner
damn
rather
it.
than later.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you thought I forgot.
can we watch the entire like? We'll watch a video and it's just like what an hour too long of the entire lore of Five Nights at Freddy's and talk about it.
I I don't know, man.
Hey, you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Dude. I will
I
go
mean,
into.
we could watch the ultimate timeline that Matt Pat made with like I think it was like Tom and like don't get me wrong, I love Tom too. Tom is funny. It's just I still miss Matt Pat. But
Yeah. Then
we
again,
could theorize and shit.
with us reacting to stuff, I need to go and figure out the copyright issues of what we can show and what we can't, especially in TV shows.
Yeah, especially with like Marvel being like our stuff.
Yeah,
Like
especially when it's Disney. The
yeah,
fuck are you
Disney.
watching?
Disney is one scary corporation, man. You just turn around and Mickey's there, like, oh, copyright, like, just like, like,
Yeah, and when we go into it, we will. If it pops off and we actually do good and we get out there in the reach of people start watching us, we will start doing Patreonic shit and like our own websites and stuff just to give out full reactions and more talks about it. But we will be posting most of it on like YouTube and TikTok.
yeah. I want to do Spotify because I personally listen to Spotify a lot, but I mean, I know how I am. And I know that I don't belong on Spotify.
Yeah, because I know for a fact once this recording's done, I have to go through and edit it. Just a little bit. Just to clear some stuff up, maybe make a.
Will I let you upload this entire thing to YouTube?
Yeah, my internet's fast, so it should be good. It's just processing the video, and plus it's a still
They're just-
frame, so it's not going to change much.
I know that. It's just like I know that like once upon a time, YouTube had time limits on how much you could upload.
It's 10 hours, I think now.
Jesus Christ, YouTube. I mean, yeah, I've seen like full story videos from Comics Explained to see like wow, there's a long video, but I didn't. Jeez, like
Yeah, we should be good. I forgot to upload TikTok yesterday.
yeah.
But I have a video already and just ready to be uploaded. And then I'll probably get another trailer. Just try to upload twice a day in Marvel, DC, and comics and stuff like that.
Hell, if you guys would want to watch us play video games, like watch us play some rivals, get our friends in there and talk about it,
Well, we could stream Rivals and then we can just upload the VOD of it.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm actually so down for that.
I'm going to turn the quality down. I have Marvel Rivals on max quality, by the way. So, my computer overheats, but I need to. I think one of my RAM sticks is cracked in my computer, so I need to replace it. It works.
No, I just need to get in there.
But when it's cracked, it just doesn't register like 2 gigabit.
Mm-hmm.
And you need the PC. Like,
I know. Stop telling me these things that I already know.
but yeah, honestly, this podcast is gonna go great because we plan on doing one a week, But knowing us, we'll probably do like 2 a week, depending how the time frame we have, because we're busy. Tuesday's the only day we can really record anything.
Yeah.
Wednesdays, if and every now and then on a Wednesday we can record, but every other
That
day it'll
and
be like,
maybe even like on a day I come home from work, just be like, you know what? I want to talk about something, and I work late at night. My schedule's gonna change soon, but you know,
yeah. I don't know if we can go live on our channel yet, but I'll figure it out.
yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the future of this.
Yeah, because one, it's a lot of work, and because you don't really have a PC for it, I have to do it. God damn it! I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could figure something out with this laptop, but I mean,
No, I don't mind doing it. It's just I need someone to remind me half the time.
nah, I will be on your ass about that.
Oh yeah, I mean what? I woke up at the beginning of this. I just woke up.
Yeah, because he promised me we would do this today, and I've been
Yeah,
waiting.
12 my time. My alarm went off at 12. That was half an hour ago.
I mean, yeah, I know it's like a 5 hour difference. Like,
I got a call like Wait, I'll read the message. I got a call from you in a text just saying, "Bro, where the fuck you is? It's recording time." Like,
I was ready. Like, I'm getting anxious over here because I want to talk about things.
nah, it's when I was half asleep and I woke up like, "Who the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you are calling me?" I look up and it's just, "Oh shit, I'm late."
Yeah, I spam called this man.
I got up, made a coffee, some crumpets because I'm British, and now we're here.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of this.
Yeah. Also, we do have to do Supernatural.
Great.
One, because Supernatural, we have to do the boys because the three main actors in Supernatural are now going to be in the boys, and I'm excited for that.
Yay.
So this is the entire time where you catch me up on stuff that you've watched that you want me to watch for this podcast and stuff like that, and I do the same to you. So we're just going back and forth. And like, you like, fuck up, we need to watch this, and I'm like, all right, cool, but we need to watch this too. Like,
Oh, fine.
and then we've got to keep up with all the new shit.
That is going to be a challenge.
It really fucking is. Plus,
Yeah, but we're strong, hard-working nerds. Why not?
yeah. I mean, I would do anything for nerd shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
My God.
But yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not much of an animator. We're gonna have to call in some help for the animation for stuff that we want to do. Like, I don't know, just
If you want to animate, dude.
One, I want to get an overlay, a podcast where it's like us in like a 2-circle, maybe a black background or some Marvel comic background at a time, and just have our things just pop up when we talk in a cool way.
We could have like the Spider-Man 3 thing where it's like one side red and one side black.
Yeah, but I'll figure it out. It just takes time, man.
Yeah, I'm not rushing you. I just wouldn't. I was just in a real mood to just talk about it. Like, that's all it is.
And because we're near at the end, because we're 58 minutes in now,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go through the ideas that we wrote down in notes. And I'm just going to read off what we wrote down and what we will talk about in the future. So we've got first, discussing the cracking of Phase 6, which we mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, where we feel like we cracked it. And it would be awesome if they did what we think. And you'll hear that most likely in the next episode.
Enthusiastically.
Yeah. We've got the incursions, which is going to be an interesting conversation.
Oh my God, yeah.
Time runs out. I was confused when you put that in.
That basically is like the prelude to the incursions.
Got it. Then we've got secret identities and their flaws, where I'm guessing we're just gonna go through like Superman, Spider-Man, and
Superman, Spider-Man, the Powerpuff Girls. There's a reason. There's a distinct reason why I need to talk about those. Like, because their whole secret identity gag doesn't even make any freaking sense. But moving on. Like,
yeah, and we'll do what stuff like we'll go through the pros and cons of their secret identities. We've got Infinity Saga, both comic and MCU.
mm-hmm.
Super powerful characters. I'm guessing we'll just power scale them.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I got a whole Dragon Ball radar thing I can click to track.
We've got who is worthy of lifting Mjolnir,
Mm-hmm.
which
A big topic I want to talk about.
yeah. We've got movies we will want to see Marvel make, MCU or just in general.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Sonic the Hedgehog comic, games, and movies.
That's probably going to be like a few months, like of just talking about it.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of
the movies alone, like
yeah, movies, comics, and the shows. Do what? There's hours of shows. We've got relationships in Percy Jackson, which I'm guessing will just be mostly everything to do with Percy Jackson.
it could be. Yeah, yeah.
The introduction of mutants in the MCU.
That kind of factors into part one, like, like the first topic that kind of factors into it. But
Yeah.
like, I guess that would be more how the mutants will show up.
Yeah, which this is gonna be great. We've got Flashpoint, which I'm not gonna lie. If we talk about Flashpoint, we're gonna talk about how much of an awful movie the Flash was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like,
Death in the comic books. I think we're gonna go through the most ironic and iconic deaths in the comics.
mm-hmm.
We've got anime arcs, old and new. So that'll be, I'm guessing, what, Dragon Ball, Naruto.
Dragon Ball, Naruto. If I make it through it,
Yeah.
solo leveling stuff like that. Maybe mainly shonen stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely go through that. We could do Pokemon. Anyway,
Yeah, God.
definitely Hydra Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, there's a lot of stories we can talk behind. Current state of the
Mm-hmm.
MCU, which is basically the first one, just in more depth. The current and old comic arcs, so like between the fantasy comics and then rebirths and all different
Yeah,
where storylines
between
have
like
changed.
you got like DC Rebirth, you got like the DCU, like shit like Convergence, freaking like all the times,
Yeah.
all the crises in DC, and that's just DC. I haven't even got on Marvel yet. Look,
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about how the original arcs have changed and stuff like that. What if universes, which we'll mostly be talking about the what ifs in the comics instead of the TV show, because everyone kind of knows the TV show. It's based off the MCU, not the comics, but what Deadpool and Wolverine did for the MCU, which
mm-hmm.
is going to be so much fun to do.
Yeah,
Carbon copy characters from Marvel and DC. So basically, like
just mirror images of like
yeah, like
characters.
Namor and Aquaman, Ant-Man and Atom, stuff like that. We'll work between
Yeah,
literally carbon copies.
there's some more obscure ones like Solomon Grundy and the Hulk. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
very similar characters. We've got talk about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and how it affects the MCU. The animated TV show Disney released recently
mm-hmm.
is one of the best Spider-Man TV shows I've ever seen.
It really is. It really is. I was
Yeah.
blown away about how good that show is.
The first episode baffles you. It adds so much, and it keeps that paced up between every episode. There's something new, something like, what the f are you doing? Like, it's amazing. One that we're going to turn into an entire episode is Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 being canon now.
Oh God, I could rant for days about that. But let's just keep going.
We've got Invincible animated show and comic. Same for the boys show and the comics. The power scale of the MCU, DCU, and anime. which it will be going off like the where was it the power scale basically.
Yeah.
Um, we have weird animes like Ghost Stories English dub that we will go over.
Oh my god! I've seen clips of that, and
Ghost
oh my
Stories
god!
English dub is wild, dude. The fact that they give the voice actors free range and no supervision, and they went buck wild with it, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Sherlock Holmes. That's a maybe. We'll go through the TV show and some of the movies. Um, the shit. How shit the Justice League movie was between the Zack Snyder uncut edition and the original director, which I can't remember his name right now.
Snyder did it better.
Marvel and DC games, which honestly will be a series of its own.
Mm-hmm. Most of these, some of these factor into each other. The other ones,
Yeah.
like, they're just like they might be like branches off of the podcast. You know.
It's more of a reminder. Then we've got Greek and Norse mythology, which ties into like God of War kind of stuff because it tackles both of them, and we'll go into the actual lore between it. The current state versus the old state of Star Wars. That's going to be a fun conversation.
You heard a little bit of that earlier.
Yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender. That speaks for itself.
I don't want to get into it right now.
We've got Ben 10 and Rex, which will add on to child animated shows that we found awesome that we'll talk about.
Yeah, Generator Rex.
Yeah. Who else was it? What? Ben 10, Generator Rex. There was some other one. Was it Danny Phantom? No, it was like the same. Oh, I can't remember. Damn. It was
Danny Phantom was a part of it,
but that's all the ideas we have now, and that's just what within 5 days we've written them down.
Oh yeah, just run on the tangent.
Yeah, and that's basically what this podcast is going to be, covering practically everything in entertainment media. Which is going to be fun, but we have broken hour. We are now an hour and 7 minutes in. You want to end it here?
Yeah, I'm good if you are, dude.
All right, yeah, we're good. Well, thanks for listening, and
we're signing out, crackheads.
Yeah, peace. Fuck yous.